got all these gnats flying around me. Focus, stacking, no, this is why I hiked all the way out here. Well, hello. It's not good morning. It's the middle of the day, and that's why. And I've got all these gnats flying around me, so I'm going to be swatting a lot. I'm down at one of my favorite locations. I come down here quite often. It's about an hour south of where I live, Paddy Creek Wilderness. It's in Texas County, Missouri. I got Piper with me. She's already been in the water, but we're going to check out down here and see what we can find as a composition. I hope these gnats leave me alone. It's a little windy, but it is overcast, and I like overcast days. If it would sprinkle, it'd probably be real good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my polarizer on my lens just to give more pop to the color. So this is with full polarizer. I'm going to turn my polarizer. You see the glare, especially right in here. Now watch when I turn the polarizer again. Right there. Boy, what a difference that makes. I'm going to go ahead and try it. Some focus stacking. So I focused at the bottom of the composition. Now I'm going to focus about where that big rock is on the left hand side. And now I'm going to focus back there in the trees. And I'm going to do one last one up on the hillside up there. I see a pretty red tree down here, so we're going to see if I can find a composition over there. Okay, so here's my next composition. What I really like is this little red tree right here. And I sound like Bob Ross again. And I like the way this leads your eye into the composition, this log. So let me do this first. I go to Info. There's my histogram, and I use, and you can see it's touching on the right hand side over here. So what I do is I turn my shutter speed down until it just touches right there. See, just barely touching. Now I can open this area up in post-production, and it looks pretty good on the video here. I'm in manual. I'm because of the wind, I'm going to crank. Right now it tells me 1/8 of a second at f11. First I'm going to open up the f-stop, but I want enough depth of field. Now this is touchscreen focus, so I'm going to focus about 1/3 of the way into the scene right there. But I'm going to crank my ISO up to 400. I'm watching my histogram again. So I got 1/25 at 9.5 f-stop, ISO 800. I'm going to do one shot here, and it doesn't look real good on the camera. Let me play that back again. You see these flashes? Now I know that I can pull those in post-production. Okay, so here's what I got. Let me turn it exposure down a little bit. Here's what I got. First I'm going to check. That green line means that I'm level. And now I'm going through information. Now I'm going to take my exposure to the right there. So again, I'm at ISO 800, 9.5, 1/80th of a second. Hopefully that's fast enough to slow down the leaves. Now I'm going to wait just a second because the wind's kind of blowing right now. I need to turn it down. Let me show you again. See how all those flashes, that means I lost detail up there. Now I have a lot of latitude with this camera, so it may not bother it, but I'm going to take another one right about there and shoot another one. Yeah, now I don't have as many flashes and I can open up the shadows a little bit. Piper's getting bored, aren't you, girl? So this is where I'm at, Paddy Creek Recreational Area, Mark Twain National Forest. I'm a little disappointed the colors aren't what I thought they are. They're kind of spotty, so what I'm going to do, instead of shooting wide angle, I'm going to go to my telephoto lens and zoom in on just color right now. I've got a yellow tree in front of a red tree. I'll shoot a little video to show you the composition. And I'm going to have to move my tripod mount from my camera to my lens. I'm in live view. Oh, helps when you take the lens cap off. If you ever find one of these in the woods, it's probably mine if it has Nikon on it. So this is what I like, this yellow tree right here against this red tree. And I'm going to probably shoot it both horizontal and vertical. I'm zooming back just a little bit to add a little more reflection, and I may turn the composition a little more. More like, don't like that rock coming in. Maybe something like that. Let me look at it. Yeah. Let me zoom in a little bit. One thing I don't like about, well, there are a few things I don't like about my Nikon D850. One, when you shoot a vertical, you have to bend down like this to look at it. Now again, there's not a lot of color down here like I thought there would be. So we're going to head back to the car and see if we can find something else. I was walking back to the car and found another composition. I've got my wide angle back on. There's a leading line with the water and there's some color in the background. And I've got my polarizer on. I'm still shooting, I'm going to go f11 since this is, and I'm probably not going to get away with focus stacking. So I'm going to focus a third of the way into the scene. Let me take one. And don't they always, all of them look good on the back of the camera? I kind of like that one. I like this rock here too. It's got like lines on it. I may have to lower, probably going to be a vertical. May have to lower the camera angle to get the lines looking good in it. Piper and I decided to stop at the horse camp, and we're going to hike out to the bluff. It's about a mile hike, so I'll get some exercise in. And I'm taking my day pack with me. I got some water in here, my GPS and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hike the trail and see what we can find. Okay, I've already taken a few pictures, but this is my next composition. I like the way those branches are framed by these trees here. This is what I have on the back of the camera. I have it level already. My histogram looks good. And I'm going to focus right down here. I'm at 1/4 of a second. I'm going to take that down to f8. And then go back to my histogram. 1/6 of a second. So focus here. Actually focus over here in this corner. And then I'm going to fire my shutter. Wait for live view. And I'm going to focus there. And I'm going to focus here. Okay, let's see what I get on that one. Even if I get nothing today, it's great being out in nature today. Plus I'm getting some exercise. Piper's leading the way. It seems like the colors on top of the hill are better right now. Looks like down at the bottom they've all dried up and fallen away. It's supposed to rain today. So far nothing. If you're a deer hunter, you know what that is. So here's my next photo. I'm liking this burnt out tree right here, but I'm gonna have to make a second exposure because it's real dark. I'm gonna expose for my highlights first and then expose for that dark log right there. This is what I see, and I've done a couple exposures. I'm gonna do this one also. I have to crank my ISO up a little bit to get the depth and to stop all the wind. It's kind of stopped right now, but let me do it again. So this is why I hiked all the way out here. Now it's not raining, but I do have beautiful colors. The oranges, some yellows. The sky is overcast, so I'm going to get lots of detail. I took a lot of pictures and I didn't do any recording, but you saw how I do my exposure. So at the end of the video, don't shut it down right away because I show all the photos, or all the good photos. I still take bad photos, but yeah, this is a pretty spot. We're gonna have to hike back. I have to get my grandson. There's a couple trees I want to look at up here, see what they look like, but it was well worth the hike. So Piper and I is going to head out of here.